10 minutes.
And if you try to pass to his side, he will leave you in disbelief. With only half of the games played, THD is showing why he is always the top paid. Once again, another top defenseman is Piggy, and if you go to his side, he's the mayor of that forbidden city. This guy went to the pound during the off-season. He grabbed the biggest and baddest hamster with no muscle depletion. Superstar is the current top goalie in Rink Rivals, and he will need to continue this for his team's survival. We also have Typing, who is the Raiders netminder. He's only part-time, but this dude is a grinder. Hulk has faced the most shots. He is going to need a lot more help from his robots. Rink Rivals Season 4 is off to a hot start, with one team having yet to play a game and another topping the charts. The Murder Muppets are currently standing on the mountain, but there are plenty of teams that should not be discounted. Next week we get to finally see the smoke show. Hopefully this season they don't have as much emo. We are back at it Tuesday night, so lace up those skates and let's see which team shines bright. As it sits right now, the forward from Just Gonna Send It has everyone raising their eyebrow. Sue picked up where he left off last time he was with these guys, and is currently leading in goals and points, which isn't a surprise. With three shovel chins making the top 10 in hits. It's actually Murph who is making his opposition sit. Swiss hasn't played a game yet, so he will be looking to catch up and declare that threat. We have some standouts as a defender, and when you face them, they put your team in a blender. Chewbacca's currently the biggest thief, and if you try to pass to his side, he will leave you in disbelief. With only half of the games played, THD is showing why. With the first week of Season 4 in the books, let's glance over the standings and give it a look. We've got the Murder Muppets leading the charge, and too many men in need of a discharge. It's only the first week, so this gives managers some time to adjust in order to compete. Let's dive in and take a look at some of the top players. This could help some managers out, and they can review this later. As it sits right now, the forward from Just Gonna Send It has everyone raising their eyebrow. Who picked up where he left off last time he was with these guys, and is currently leading in goals and points, which isn't a surprise. With three shovel chins making the top 10 in hits, it's actually Murph who is making his opposition sit. Swizz hasn't played a game yet, so he will be looking to catch up and declare that threat. We have some standouts as a defender, and when you face them, they put your team in a blender. Chewbacca is currently the biggest thief, and if you try to pass to his side, he will leave you in disbelief. With only half of the games played, THD is showing why he is always the top paid. Once again, another top defenseman is Piggy, and if you go to his side, he's the mayor of that forbidden city. This guy went to the pound during the off-season. He grabbed the biggest and baddest hamster with no muscle depletion. Superstar is the current top goalie in Rink Rivals, and he will need to continue this for his team's survival. We also have Typing, who is the Raiders netminder. He's only part-time, but this dude is a grinder. Hulk has faced the most shots. He is going to need a lot more help from his robots. Rink Rivals Rivals Season 4 is off to a hot start, with one team having yet to play a game and another topping the charts. The Murder Muppets are currently standing on the mountain, but there are plenty of teams that should not be discounted. Next week we get to finally see the smoke show. Hopefully this season they don't have as much emo. We are back at it Tuesday night, so lace up those skates and let's see which team shines bright. As it sits right now, the forward from Just Gonna Send It has everyone raising their eyebrow. Sue picked up where he left off last time he was with these guys, and is currently leading in goals and points, which isn't a surprise. With three shovel chins making the top 10 in hits. It's actually Murph who is making his opposition sit. Swiss hasn't played a game yet, so he will be looking to catch up and declare that threat. We have some standouts as a defender, and when you face them, they put your team in a blender. Chewbacca's currently the biggest thief, and if you try to pass to his side, he will leave you in disbelief. With only half of the games played, THD is showing why. With the first week of season 4 in the books, let's glance over the standings and give it a look. We've got the Murder Muppets leading the charge, and too many men in need of a discharge. It's only the first week, so this gives managers some time to adjust in order to compete. Let's dive in and take a look at some of the top players. This could help some managers out, and they can review this later. As it sits right now, the forward from Just Gonna Send It has everyone raising their eyebrow. Sue picked up where he left off last time he was with these guys, and is currently leading in goals and points, which isn't a surprise. With three shovel chins making the top 10 in hits, it's actually Murph who is making his opposition sit. Swizz hasn't played a game yet, so he will be looking to catch up and declare that threat. We have some standouts as a defender, and when you face them, they put your team in a blender. Chewbacca is currently the biggest thief, and if you try to pass to his side, he will leave you in disbelief. With only half of the games played, THD is showing why he is always the top paid. Once again, another top defenseman is Piggy, and if you go to his side, he's the mayor of that Forbidden City. This guy went to the pound during the off-season. He grabbed the biggest and baddest hamster with no muscle depletion. Superstar is the current top goalie in Rink Rivals, and he will need to continue this for his team's survival. We also have Typing, who is the Raiders netminder. He's only part-time, but this dude is a grinder. Hulk has faced the most shots. He is going to need a lot more help from his robots. Rink Rivals Season 4 is off to a hot start, with one team having yet to play a game and another topping the charts. The Murder Muppets are currently standing on the mountain, but there are plenty of teams that should not be discounted. Next week we get to finally see the smoke show. Hopefully this season they don't have as much emo. We are back at it Tuesday night, so lace up those skates and let's see which team shines bright.
Welcome in, Rink Rivals Nation. How are we doing tonight on this fine Thursday? I am here along with Fatal, as usual. I am Haas. Fatal, how you doing, buddy?
Man, I am doing great. But first of all, Welcome back, Hoss. It's been
Thank you,
long
sir.
overdue. I've definitely missed you. The show was lacking without you. Now the life of the party is back, and we're ready
Yeah,
to go, baby. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Got some things taking care of my personal life. It's getting a little quieter. So here we are, back, ready to go. But we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, but before we do, man, let's give a big shout out. Since we're in season 4, we're just underway. Week 1 has come and gone, but let's dive a little back into the rookie. Like these rookies, man, they have signed up. A lot of them has come in. A lot of referrals were sent out. It's fantastic. The league is
Yep.
growing. It is buzzing. We're seeing some big names come into this league. It's freaking great to see, man.
What do we have? 80 signups?
Like
80 rookie signups?
how ridiculous is that? That just shows what we're doing here is awesome because everybody wants a piece of the action here on Rink Rivals.
Yeah, and Rye Guy loves us for that.
He does. He virtually punched us so many times for just saying, "Don't forget to sign up. Don't forget to sign up." But
He wanted us dead after that stream.
yeah, no, for sure. But no, dude. As much as he was aggravated with us, he was floored as well with the amount of signups that we did occur with rookies, and not just rookies, the veterans too. The veterans coming back just shows what we're doing. It's fantastic, man, and I love to see it. It is off the charts. We have people from other leagues coming over, and believe it or not, are here to stay just because what we do here at Rink Rivals. We have the McNasty's podcast, we have Rinkside. Man, just the presentation alone of
Yeah.
what Rink Rivals is and what it's becoming is fantastic. With that being said, Haas, I want to talk about one thing that is a new addition here to Rink Rivals, man, and I'll let you take this away.
Well, it is none other than the Chell Zone. If anybody has not experienced the Chell Zone yet on game nights, you need to, because Chell Zone, you can watch up to nine game feeds at one time. Rye Guy, since having the whole thing is having 18 teams, we couldn't show all the games, right? Fatal, you know that we couldn't possibly put every game on one screen and expect you to follow the main featured game along with the other games. So Rye Guy has created the Chell Zone. If you go to rinkrivals.com/Chell Zone, that's where you will be able to click on any game you want, and you can literally watch any game. It is unbelievable. So if you're not interested in the main feed, I suggest you have 2 tabs up. You have the featured game, and then you go to Chell Zone and pull up the rest of the games and watch them all at the same time. If you're not playing. We all know Huge likes to watch every game and comment in the chat. We can't be doing that.
Yeah,
Okay? There's too many games. Too many games to be watching.
when we were in the earlier stages, yeah, that was fine. But now
Yeah.
we're growing, which is fantastic. We can't
Yeah.
feature every single game, right? We can't put them all on our screens no more. But with the Chill Zone, now you really can, and take advantage of it, guys, because it's awesome. And the Chill Zone has a live chat too, so you get to
Yep.
you get to talk to everybody that's actually in the Twitch chat. For it's fantastic, and I want to give a shout out to Me So Brutal, good old Sethi with tier 1 sub, and also Chief Ogie was gifting 1 tier sub to Rink Rivals community. It's awesome. Love it. Let's go, guys.
Quinn Man getting the sub.
Hey, Quinny boy.
Awesome.
Nice to see Quinn Man.
And he's
back in
here.
Yeah,
And he's here. Awesome. That's awesome.
And yeah,
That's great.
let's talk a little bit about Quinn Man. Quinn Man, phenomenal defense. Unfortunately, is part-time, but
Yep.
still a good defenseman. So we're gonna talk a little bit about some players there later on in the show. But Haas,
Yep.
you wanna talk a little bit about these awesome managers that we have here in Rink
Oh, yeah.
Rivals for season 4.
Let's jump right into it, man. Returning for a mighty, it's Dex, right?
Yes,
we've
Dex.
we've covered it. It's Dex.
We got a whole bunch of names for them. Dex, Dix,
Yeah.
Dukes,
D-
like you name it, we got names for them. But no,
Yeah.
it is the Mighty Ducks.
Uh, too accurate bringing it back. I'm pretty sure he's been a captain every season. Like, shout out to him. And not only did he come back, but he put together a stellar team. I am on that team. I am part time, but I'm a backup, man. I don't need to play. They did just fine last night. But no, too accurate. Stand up dude. Always a great captain. Very reliable. Never have an issue with him ever. And you're ELT, so you could speak to that as well. Um, and he's just a great dude.
Absolutely. Dude, it's just phenomenal. We got a new rookie here. Rookie, let's say manager per se, not a rookie
Manager, yeah.
player, but we got goalie with elite. Uh, Goalie is an elite player, so why not name your
Yes.
team elite, right? Dude, we're gonna talk a little bit about how their first week went a little bit later, but nice to see him come on as well. So goalie, dude, love the team name. Love the logo. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Next, we're gonna head on over to Evil Nature, Tricky, aka Torn, aka Keep, aka Cam Nets. He's going by a lot of names throughout the years, but it is Keep who has Evil Nature, and the guy is solid. Put together a pretty decent team. Last night he was actually the featured matchup, and I thought they played pretty well. But just not good enough. Like, they played a tough team last night and just going to send it. And we'll talk about them in a minute.
Yeah, and then we got good old Titletown bringing the association here. So Titletown had his first rookie season last season, capturing the Vesna, and then decided to dip his toes into the managers section, bringing in the association. Um, Pretty awesome dude. Let's be real here. Title is probably one of the chillest guys you'll ever get to play this game with. And such a down to earth dude. Um, Man's a hard worker, good father, and man, he's making it out to be a pretty good freaking manager. So nice to see him hopping into the managers pool here.
Yeah. Now we get to talk about the man, the legend that is Jelly, right? Season 1 Cup champ. I think he's ran it back every season, correct?
Yep.
He's been a captain, is just going to send it every season and never disappoints. He's a beast on the ice. He's a very humble and nice guy off the ice. Um, but yeah, what a stand-up guy, and always has a good team.
Absolutely. Let's head on over to the Rink Rival Raiders Warfuse. Um, Warfuse, I've played with him before outside of this league. He was on my team before. Really good defenseman. Love the dude. I wasn't too keen on his draft though, but we're gonna talk a little bit about that later. But Rig Rival Raiders, he is a Vegas Raiders fan, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Hats off to him because so am I, and we suck. But but
Can't be as bad as the Bears though.
well, I don't know, man. How many wins did you guys have on the season?
Like 4.
Us too. So
Oh no, 5. We beat the Packers
yeah,
last game.
yeah. So like we're just absolute dog shit. But the Rink Rival Raiders are not dog shit. Love the logo. It's beautiful. But yeah, definitely welcome on board there, Warfuse.
Now moving on to high class hockey and RJ. I've known RJ a long time. Um, Always been a really cool, chill dude. Loved playing with him, and I don't think I played for him before, but I've known RJ for a long time, and he's a great dude. And he has a pretty decent team as well. I mean, I don't think anyone really missed 100% in their draft because the draft pool was so big and deep, but I think RJ had a pretty decent one.
Absolutely. Now let's head on over to Back to Basics Prodigy. So a little bit of history behind this Back to Basics. So it was technically supposed to be Chewbacca, but some things came up where he couldn't uh, move forward as manager. So Prodigy has stepped in. Prodigy, good dude, good player as well. Put himself in a decent position for his team. I love the logo, man. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, dude, prodigy, man. Thank you for stepping up.
Why did I hear the saxophone music? Did you hear that?
No, I did not.
It was coming on your. It was coming from your thing. Interesting.
All right, all right. I
We
love it.
have your team next, the Nova Gretzky's. Good old synergy, and yeah, what can we say? All the shovel chins, right?
Yep, that's my team.
Basically, yep.
And
Um,
I was a I don't know if I'm adopted in yet. I don't think I am. But I changed my name to Shovel Fat Chin. So
that's why your name is Fat Chin. I was
yeah,
wondering why it was
yeah,
Fat Chin.
Shovel Fat Chin. So yeah, but dude, you want to know something? We may not have the best team on paper, but I'll tell you this right now.
Best
We
locker room
have
team. It's
the
gotta be.
funnest time there
Yeah,
in Nova Gretzky land. Those dudes are wild, I tell you.
that's awesome. I mean, you have Scribs, Synergy. Who else you got?
We got Bag Shot.
Bag
We
Shot. Oh,
got
that
Viva.
guy's funny.
We got Viva. Oh my god. We got Sin. You want to know who's essentially the victim of all this wildness? Is our stud goalie in Wolfmaster and Geineman. Those guys are probably shaking their head every time they look into our Discord. Yes, Rainer, cruel Rainer. Only some people
Oh,
knew.
that's funny.
But yeah, let's head on over to the Murder Muppets, buddy. You know this guy quite well, so I'll let you take this one away.
Yeah, Tugi, what a phenomenal dude. Has a YouTube channel, does some awesome franchise videos. If you've never seen him, I believe it is King Tugi, or is it Tugi 24 on YouTube?
It's Tugi24 on YouTube,
Tugi
but
24 on YouTube. That's what I
his
thought.
Discord is King Tugi.
His Discord is King Tugi. Yeah, so you need to check him out on YouTube. Subscribe, please. The guy does phenomenal work. But he is also a phenomenal human being. And a great player at that. And he definitely was worth my first round pick last season. And he carried us and was a very good player. And he has a very good team to start the year, at least, because they are number one.
Now, for sure, Tugi's doing a great job there. And let's head on over to Too Many Men. So you know this guy too.
Yeah.
They didn't have essentially enough men to even win a game there on night one, but we'll talk a little bit about that later.
Oh, God.
But huge coming back here, taking a season off as manager, going back to back in the finals and losing. Hopefully he's probably thinking like this is the year where he's gonna win it. Not a good start for him, but hey,
Because yeah,
it's only
not a good
week.
start. It's not
But
the start he was looking for, but it's all right.
But yeah, let's head on over to the next one, Haas.
Oh, Lucky Sevens running it back, but this time Binzet at the helm. He does get Jalbert, right? I mean, I think they're inseparable, right?
It seems like that, right?
Like what's the point of even having a draft for them? It's QC. They do. That's all they want. They want all the Frenchies.
Yeah, they're just missing Leclerc that went first
Leclerc,
overall for
yeah.
the Raiders. But the real question I want to know about this Lucky Sevens team is how much French is Bar picking up? That's what I want to know. I want to know how much French
Bar
Bar
down's
is
the odd
picking
man
up.
out. Bar down's the odd man out over there.
Poor guy. But,
No,
yeah.
they are great dudes though. Benzat is a stand-up guy as well, and a great dude. And it's good to see him manage. I think it's pretty cool.
Oh, for sure. Let's head on over to a friend tip with managing is sophisticated. He says essentially trying to put the season 3 band back together for a back-to-back championship, but they are without their former manager, Rubber Ducky. But no, sophisticated has built himself quite a team here. And yeah, dude, friend tip. What a logo. The first time I seen this logo, I died laughing. Love to see it.
I hear it again, Fatal.
You're the only one hearing it.
Like what? Why am I hearing this?
I think you're going insane.
I hear the emote. Maybe people are following and it's not set up. I don't. Whatever.
I don't know.
Either way. Next, we're gonna move on to Smoke Show and Swizz World. Lost in the Cup final last season. Coming back, switching the first name of his team to Smoke Show. Love the logo, and they have yet to play a game. So I believe he had a very good draft, but we have not seen it on the ice yet. So we hopefully will see it this coming week. Unless two teams need to reschedule again, which is insane. And what are the odds it happens to the same person? Redskin Stallion, thank you for the bits.
Love
Throwing
it.
100 biddies out there.
Love it. I love the biddies. Love them.
And then bar down. Every time Jal and Bins are talking in French, I'm confident they're yelling at me.
Oh, I could tell you if that's happening. I could tell you.
That's funny.
Those boys never thought I understood French until I played with them one day. I understood everything. Safe to say, the French hate Fat Al. The French hate Fat Al.
Sir Fat Chin now.
Yeah, shovel fat chin. But let's head on over to J No Quarters. J No Quarters picking up the heroic duck first overall. The guy is a monster. He is as advertised. Ah, man, it's ridiculous, but he built himself a really good team here. I'm excited to see where Voodoo Child goes. So yeah, dude, I'm excited.
Yeah. I agree. From what I saw last night of the scores, it looks like they have a really good team. But moving on, let's check out Chaos and Gingertron. Gingertron, phenomenal D man. I think he put together a pretty decent team. To be honest, I've never played with the guy or talked to him, so I don't know much about him. But you have, haven't you?
Yeah. I spoke to him a few times. I believe I played a few times with him as well. We were DMing each other back and forth one day, and I hit the caps button on my keyboard, and I was like, "Dude, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to type all in caps." And he types back all in caps. Alrighty then.
Alrighty then.
Good little chirps, but no, Gingertron, good draft, I would say. A couple things they need to tighten up, but Gingertron's a smart man. He'll get things together for him. But let's head on over to Hulk Smash with the Shorzy Snipers. Love this logo. Good old Shorzy. Man, what a goalie Hulk is, and man, he was an outstanding goalie in season 3 for the Mighty Ducks, and now he comes over, dips his hat into the manager's pool, and takes on the Shorzy Snipers. So looking forward to see what he can bring forward.
All right, now it's time to talk about our favorite old man, Reservoir Dogs,
Let me just
Magilla.
grab my walker and my oxygen tank.
Yep, the walker and the oxygen tank. No, Magilla is an awesome dude. Phenomenal lefty guy, by the way, in NHL 25. But I think he put together a pretty solid team too. His first time managing here in Rink Rivals. Usually he's on the decks because they always somehow get him, trade for him, draft him. He's always there because he's a great guy. But looking forward to playing against him.
Absolutely.
And yeah.
But let's head on over to the rosters, Haas. Let's take a quick gander at that.
All right. Let's check it out.
So we got the back to basics. So Prod has drafted Chewbacca, Rubber Ducky, Neil, Zucky, Scarzy, Beerus, and I believe I'm trying to read that name there. But another right defenseman there. But so looking at this team on paper, looks pretty good. I've seen Scarzy in the combine. I can't say he was like a huge standout player, but he was what they call a reliable defenseman.
Yeah.
So, but back to basics, they do look decent on paper, which I love to see. So
he got his buddies, Chewbacca and Neil. So, and then they're centered by Ducky, I believe. Who we know Ducky is unreal at tipping the puck in this game.
Yeah, Chandler's favorite player to play against is Ducky.
Oh man! All right, let's head on over to Chaos. They got Haxby, V Crips, Dainty Dangle, Duchesne, Bust the Dimes, E-Rock, and I can't even see the other one.
Yeah, it's.
We're
looking at this.
There's going to be one in every one we can't see. You
but
know.
Looking at this team, dude, is just it looks stacked.
Yeah. It does.
But watching their games this week, in night one was Chaos tried their best to maintain friend tip and just could not. They had some
Yeah.
flurries, but dude, friend tip was just the better team for sure.
Yep.
Premium Spit Can is the one you can't see, which is he was a standout
Yep.
goalie,
It is.
but
He
yeah,
he was a standout in the combine. He played all the games, like, but 2, I think.
yep,
All right, you want to take over the next one?
yeah. So we got Elite over here. You got Riker. You got Tomsy, right? Sprangy.
No, Trash Dev,
Trash Dev. CN65. New
NHL
NHL
York.
York. You got Champ. And unfortunately, they do no longer have Mafia Killer. They have dropped him after I tried to pump his tires. But regardless, but another good team right here, dude. Goalie did a phenomenal job in the draft.
Yeah, he did a great job, and he is a phenomenal player himself. So it helps when you are probably the best on the team, right?
Oh, 100%.
All right, let's move on to Evil Nature. Much better. We have Hatchet, Pennywise, Buckley, Derek Guns N' Roses, baby, Bebop the Bum, BK Guapo, and Jag. I got to call their game last night and got to see them play. They played all right. I think they could have got a little bit, yeah, could have shot the puck a little more, but they were very efficient. They had a lot of goals and no shots. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So like 5 goals, 3 goals, 5 shots. You know, they were capitalizing their opportunities. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know Hatchet, and now I believe that was his first round pick. So it may have been a reach. It's seeming that way, but what's
Let,
your opinion on that?
let's be honest. Hatchet could have went in the probably the 5th, 6th round. I don't know what Keep saw in him. He is not a first round caliber player. He could have got a
Right.
star-studded forward for Hatchet, and I guarantee Hatchet would agree with me. Um, Hatchet just does not look comfortable out there, and I'm just gonna be straight with you. Sorry, Hatchet, you don't like it, too bad, but this is Rinkside. We're just gonna call it out as it is, buddy. Uh,
Fair.
but let's head on over to Friend Tip. Like I said, that trying to get the band back together, right, is so sophisticated. You got Mini Wick, Wags, Rufio, Skippy, Rob, TP, and Motormouth. I want to talk about on this team is the goaltending, Skippy. Everybody kept on saying he is
Huh.
not a stud goalie. I think he is, man. Skippy has showed up game one, night one, sorry. Night two may not have went his way, but you're going to have those games, right? No matter
Right.
how good you are. I think they got a steal with Skippy being their goalie. And M-Wags won a championship last season, has yet to make his season debut, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was on holidays, but he will be back, I believe, this week. So looking forward to seeing what he brings to the table.
Yeah, I mean, Friend Tip going for the championship with basically the same guys. I mean, not really. They're missing a couple, but um, I good to see Rob on there. Everybody loves Rob, right? Rob's a great dude. I assume he's starting, right?
Rob actually played wing last night, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Good for Rob. Good for Rob.
So let's head on over to High Glass Hockey. Like RJ's team getting Teaspoon, Epic, Babaloo, JP Nasty, Redskin Stallion, Maserati, Biggie's Grow. So let's just throw this out there. His 2 top players on that team, in my opinion, would probably be, obviously it's Teaspoon is number 1. And looking at this, I like Maserati. Like I've seen him play a lot. I've seen Epic
Swiss
play
Army
too.
knife.
Epic needs to have a couple of drinky poos in him for him to be chatty and having a good time. Babalu is pretty good too. Good old Bob, but definitely the top two I would have to say would be Teaspoon and Maserati.
Yeah, Maserati's a Swiss Army knife. I had him in the tournament, and I loved him. He could literally play anywhere, and he's a great dude as well. Teaspoon and RJ working magic up front. Um, but yeah, it's not a bad team. It's not as bad as it looks.
Oh, for sure. Let's take a look at Jelly's team. Just gonna send it. Bringing a couple of the boys back, right? You got Zoob coming back from season 1, when he won a championship with Jelly. You got Cruel Bloom returning. They picked up Roman Ronin, Foofy, Warthog. They dropped Igor and picked up Tyler B619, and they got Wash Bob.
Your buddy.
Yeah, my buddy Tyler. Glad to
Yeah.
see that he's getting some time, but how long is that time going to last? Because
Right.
this is the problem with just going to send it right now. They have 3. That's right, 3 part-time goaltenders in Warthog, Wash Bob, and Tyler B. What is going to happen there?
I mean, if they make the playoffs, at least Game 7, they'd have a goalie for Game 7. You know.
But you got to look at it this way. You can't use waivers in the playoffs.
Right.
So, what does that leave you? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? That leaves you with 4. 4 skaters.
Yeah. I mean, Tyler can play anywhere though, can he?
But the problem is, do
He'll use
you want to
Right.
chance that
Right.
when you're going into a playoff? For me, no.
Right.
I think this is what they call a band-aid.
Right.
This band-aid
A trade will
needs to be ripped
happen.
off.
I think a trade will happen.
Yeah. I just time will tell. Jelly's not stupid. He'll figure something out.
Oh man, we're moving on to Lucky Sevens now.
Yeah, we
You
got
got Jalbert Barr, Helen Scheller, Lippy, who somebody in the chat said sucks, Jolly Frog, Fedorov, and Croftonite.
this team is stacked, dude. Absolutely stacked. You got Jalbert on the D zone on the right side. I'm assuming they're using either Lip. I don't think they're using Lippy. They might be using Earl on D. I'm not too sure. But a big standout players for me here, dude, is Jolly Fog and Fedorov. Those dudes are beasts.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Lippy sucks, for the record, chat. Somebody said that. Oh, it was Barr that said that.
Well, it's his own teammate. That's what Barr
It's
does.
his own teammate. He has to say that, right? He has to say that. So,
If he
I mean, I
doesn't
got
say
shit and
that,
I didn't even play.
if Barr doesn't say that, I would be questioning his health. Because you know how Barr is. He doesn't give a hoot. He'll just let you
Yeah.
have it, man. But I love it.
Yeah,
But
Chandler agrees. Lippy sucks, and it's okay. Where is Lippy anyway? Almost 50 people in here, and he ain't here. That's bullshit.
no,
But-
Lucky Sevens look stacked, man. Let's be honest. Barr's not a bad player. He's actually good. He's a good player. I like Barr.
Yeah, he is. I think he's a little underrated at times too.
Oh, for sure. Let's talk about your team here, Haas. The Mighty Decks. You got Truly, Sniff Yak. You got Chandler in goal, Frackside, Radley, yourself, and Adam Haywire. Talk to me about your team.
We're there, man. No, honestly, it's a great. We have a pretty good team, and the locker room is hilarious. The parties are funny as shit. We played Tuesday night. We didn't play because Swiss needed to reschedule. Swizz needed to reschedule. So we ended up playing anyway, and we had a freaking blast. People messing up, getting made fun of. It was great. We had such a great time, and Dex are. That's why we dodged them early. I think your number 1 pick wasn't available. That's why you rescheduled. But that's okay. No, I'm just kidding. But Chandler is doing a great job. Chandler's done a great job in net, and it's funny because I don't see him as a guy playing goalie. I see him as a center.
Yeah, dude. Chandler. a lot of people, well, I'm sure a lot of people know now, but Chandler's actually a really good goalie. And a good dude at that too. Um, like I said before, I played on Accurate's team. Always a chill party. One of the best experience I've played on. Even when we were losing, just the vibes are great.
Right.
Love it over there in Mighty Declan.
I think the thing too here is that Truly's on our team, and he is a good addition, and he's still a great player at this game. So I was excited to see him on the team.
Yeah.
But let's move on now to Mr. Tukey.
Yeah.
You picked up Crazy Joe, Superstar, Devin, Piggy, Cinders, Quinman, and Allen 1222. What do you think?
Dude, what he picked Crazy Joe, I was like, man, the rest of his drafts are gonna go like this, easy peasy. Uh, he went first round and 10th overall, and that's just ridiculous. Um, Superstar doing what he does best. He opens up a can of soup and can of whoop ass, and literally is taking charge, doing a good job there for King Toogie. But yeah, this team looks really good, and that's why they're at the top right now, man.
Yeah, I mean, with Tugi there, they're in good hands. They got Piggy, they got Superstar, they got Joe. They'll be fine. But let's move on over to your team, Fatal. Give it to us.
Yeah, we got good old Bag Shot, Scripps, Eric Music, also known as Viva. We got Wolfmaster, we got Bane, Gyneman, and our manager is Synergy, and uh yeah, that other guy.
How were the vibes last night?
Oh, dude. Oh, if only I could tell you some of these things, dude, you'd be like, oh my god, I want to play there. But
Oh
no.
man.
Dude, Synergy, I'll give you a little bit. Synergy designated a channel for Fat Al Joke of the Day. How
What a
awesome is that?
champion. What a champion, man.
Like, I'm already a champion at that. Please give me my shirt now. But no, great vibes, dude. Win or lose, these boys are so fun to play with. Wolfmaster, I know we let him down big time in 2 games last night, but the dude did so much all night, making huge saves. We stole one from the crazy boys. Freak, dude. But what a game. Voodoo Child is no slouch of a team, I tell you that.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to Reservoir Dogs. We got Luckton, Eden, not Fost, right? Something like that. Hockey Mike, Upshaw, The Unbelievable, and Madia. Good to see him back too. He did phenomenal in what was it, season one?
Season 1, he was a cup winner.
Yep, cup winner. We're just gonna send it. Good to see Luckton in there. We got Eden. Eden's a funny guy. Have you ever played with Eden?
I did, yeah.
Eden is hilarious. But yeah, and then they got the Steadfast and Hockey Mike, who is highly underrated. I don't know how he went so late, but and then you have Upshaw, he's very reliable. And then the Unbelievable, got a rookie in there. But yeah, it's a good team, and I actually look forward to seeing them play.
Me too, dude. But let's address the elephant in the room on this team. Hockey Mike, round 4, 14th pick.
Right.
Should this guy have went that low? I thought he would have been, maybe third, late
I don't.
second, early third.
He could be. I think he should have been a second pick, set like a late second. To be honest, Mike is always top 5 in points. Like every season he's played, I think he has been, and he's a good player. Yes, he goes off sides, but at left wing he's not as bad.
I always love Hockey Mike. We have this weird relationship. I'll be like, "Hey, Mike," he'll be like, "Shut your face."
Yep.
But no, we got a great relationship. I love Mike. But heading on over to the Rink Rival Raiders. Love the logo. LeClaire, Tomsy, Floppy Weenus, Murph, Jimmy, Typing, and Panda. Let's address the elephant in the room there. Nobody
Yeah,
else.
it's the esports guy, right? It's got to be.
It's got to be Jimmy, the
It's
esports
got to be
bench
Jimmy.
warmer. Love it.
The esports bench warmer went 5th round, number 15. Don't know how he didn't go in the first. The guy who plays esports, for crying out loud. I'm kidding, guys. Relax. I'm not being serious.
But no, let's address the elephant on this team. They have one goalie, and that one goalie is a part-time goalie, and that is typing. Not saying he's a bad goalie. He's a phenomenal goalie. But what is Warfuse? What was Warfuse thinking? And what does he have up his sleeve to address that problem moving forward? Unless he is this undercover amazing goalie,
Never know.
I don't know.
It's happened before.
But yeah, that's the only question mark I have for that team there.
All right, let's.
Oh, sorry, a second question mark. Why draft Leclerc as a part-time in the first round? That's just me. Leclerc, great player. Part-time,
Yeah.
that's my big thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird, but it is what it is. They did it. But let's move on to Shorzy Snipers. They got Dorito, who I hear is phenomenal. Snow Owen, Froats, Gam Babies, baby, Ganabis, Chief Augie, Rukia, and Obi. It's Obi fans, right?
So I believe OB fans was dropped
Okay.
and was picked up by Elite.
Okay.
Not sure why, but that is.
Well,
what
then
they
Mafia
said.
Killer got dropped, right?
Mafia
For
Killer
Obi
was
fans.
dropped, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, you got some good players on this team. Snow already has a name out there for himself.
Yep.
Gam Babies has a name out there for himself. We're not going to say if it's good or bad.
He makes
but,
some. He gives Rink Rivals some great content. Those videos that he gets done.
the
great.
rivalry, the rivalry.
The Rink Rivalry. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I love it. But no, Ganabis, good dude, man. Brings some good vibes. Management just wasn't his forte, but nice to see that he's on a team where he doesn't have to stress about that. And he
Well,
can
hey,
just
good
go
for
out
him
there and play.
good for him for stepping up.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
So
The guy is, and he's always looking out for the league and wanting it to be better. So
and
good
that's
on
what we
him.
ask from our community. If there's anything that you think could use something, definitely let us ELTs know because we want to hear what everybody has to say. But
Yeah.
moving on to Smoke Show, they have yet to hit the ice there, but to me, they got the best overall player in the league in Celtics right off the hop. He went back with Bannock. He's got a tree now. He's got a really good goalie in Davos. Swizz also picked up a real life buddy in Young Buffalo. He's actually a good forward, and he's actually a pretty good defenseman too. Then you got Killzone. I played with him on my farewell tournament, and then Timid. I have yet to see Timid play, but I'm assuming that might be. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the backup player because Atrium Bannock. But it's going to be nice to see Bannock on the right hand side. So he's going to have that shot, that 1T opportunity to use.
Right.
Because last season we seen him, he was on the left side shooting left handed. So he didn't have that 1T. So I'm excited to see how this is going to go, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, Swiss is saying he brought him in. He says he's good forward and defender.
Ooh.
So
well,
we shall see. We shall see when you hit the ice.
But yeah,
But I have no doubt that he is a decent player.
looking at this team
Usually, right.
on paper, it looks like Swizz has built himself yet again another contending team.
Bannock underrated. Love the guy. Think he's great. But let's move on to the association. We got Johnny Hockey, aka Saney, Mbell, Facear, Mr. Mad Mass, Darkstorm, Felty Pack, and Dash Dev. I think it's a good team up and down. Darkstorm, he's the quiet, the silent assassin, as you would say. I've played with Felty Pack elsewhere, pretty decent player. Facear, older, he's an older guy. Everybody knows him. Mbell, older guy. Is Mbell part time?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so he is part time.
Yeah,
but he's still a great player. And then you have Saney, of course. Just always killing it.
But look at this. So Haas, Saney, when you played with Saney when you were on the medium-sized men, I believe that
I
was
made him worse.
season 2, right?
Yep.
But
Yep.
he went first overall.
No, that was
Look where he went here in this draft. He went round 1,
last
18th
pick.
the last pick. If a player like Saney drops that low, that just shows how deep this draft pool was, man.
We had 180 signups.
Crazy. And to say last pick of the first round, Johnny Hockey, aka Saney, that's just weird to see.
It's crazy because like I almost forgot that he was even in the draft. Because usually he does go way sooner than that.
Oh
so
yeah, 100%. But let's dive on over to Too Many Men. They could use probably an extra 4 men at this point. But no, they got Blue Line King, Thorny, Gala, Hunch Monkey, Mikey, NPX, I believe. They got Sir Mike Knight and Juice. So looking at this team on paper, doesn't look as strong as a lot of the other teams. But you got NXPX, play with him in the combine and outside of the combine. Really enjoy playing with him. Thorny's good when he wants to be. To me, he reminds me of a good old Nylander. When he wants to play, he'll play and he'll show up and he'll put up points. But you got Huge back there in net. I'm glad he didn't play center because this team would be in shambles worse than it is right now, if I'm being honest, because Huge is actually, he's a goalie. He's a top goalie at that. So looking forward to seeing what can happen moving forward. So.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think they also underperformed this week, big time. Big time. I expect bigger and better things from them. So we'll see how it shakes out the rest of the season. But let's move on to Voodoo Child. The coveted number 1 overall pick, the Heroic Duck, Lebronto, Hoodler, Sheet, Hobo on Welfare, love it, All Day, and Cynical. I'm glad Cynical's on the team.
I want to see him play with Czar. I want to see him and Czar play up together. Hopefully, Czar, you're listening to this. I would love to see you play with Cynical. But, so, I played these guys last night. Okay. This team is a rush 1T team. They'll break it into this. They get into the zone. They'll rush it. They'll feed the 1T. It doesn't matter where it is on the ice. They're banging that. They killed us. They absolutely killed us.
They're banging that, huh?
Yeah.
They're banging that, huh? Regret your words.
No, they were banging us left, right, and center. That's what shovel chins. But as soon as Bag Shot put on truculence, it helped us. It kept them honest. But that number 1 overall Heroic Duck, wow, dude. The guy's just so hard to contain and so hard to cover. Slippery, and he's a bully. He beat me up all night last night.
Well, speaking of last night, not last night. Let's go to the Tuesday night recap here and give you the scores for that. First off, we have Chaos going against Friend Tip. Friend Tip is going to sweep Chaos 5-1, 4-2, and 3-2. I didn't get to watch any of these, but they look pretty close other than the first game.
So I'll give you a little insight on this. The score does not reflect how it should have been.
Okay.
Chaos did not play well for majority of the series, but their goalie in B-Crips kept them in 110%. Friend Tip was all over them from the word go, but they held in there. But a little bit of tightening up for Chaos, and I think they'll be all right.
All right, let's move on to Elite and Too Many Men. Elite's going to sweep, and they're going to win 6-0, 5-1 and 10-5. So too many men getting their shit pushed in, as we like to say. Fatal, anything on that one?
Yeah, like I said previously, there's not enough men out there right now that would have helped this team on night one because Elite was on a whole nother level on night one.
All right, move over to Just Gonna Send It and the Raiders. We have a 5-4 overtime win for Just Gonna Send It, a 3-1 win for the Raiders, and a 4-3 win for Just Gonna Send It. So they win the series 2-1. Any comments for that one?
Believe it or not, I was shocked at how close these games were. I thought the Rink Rival Raiders was gonna come out because Jelly had to use a waiver, and he also had uh, a goalie that hasn't played league here yet in between the pipes, and Tyler B. Tyler B. Did what he had to do to get those 2 out of 3 wins, but nonetheless, I thought it would have been went the other way for Rink Rivals Raiders. But hey, I love to be proven wrong.
All right, let's move on to Murder Muppets and High Glass Hockey. Murder Muppets are going to take the series sweep 3-0, 6-4, and 4-1. So King Tugi's team getting the shutout there in game one. But I would say pretty handily won this series.
Yeah, I didn't get too much eyes on this, but going back and looking over at the write up that our awesome website does, showed that it was a pretty commanding victory for the Murder Muppets.
All right, now we have the Association Evil Nature. Evil Nature winning game one 9-2. And then the Association actually win the series 4-3 and 4-3 in overtime. That's interesting how you win a game 9-2 and then the other two you lose by 1.
So that comes with uh, studying how the first game went, right? Knowing what you
Right.
did, the mistakes that happened in game one, and using that to your strength and bouncing back. And they bounced back in a good fashion here. Like you said, taking the next 2 games, 4-3 in regulation, then 4-3 in overtime. So the association, props to them for that.
All right, moving on to Shorzy Snipers and Novogretskis. Novogretskis are going to win the series 2-1, winning games 1 and 2. Game 1 3-1, game 2 4-1, and then Shorzy Snipers pulling out the victory in game number 3 4-3. Again, I did not get to see any of this, so Fatal.
Yeah.
How'd your
So
boys do?
my boys, they took the series 2-1. But you want to know something? I hope my team is never a freaking featured matchup for any of broadcasters' sakes, because it was shovel chin to shovel chin, pass to shovel chin, 1T to shovel chin, goal by shovel chin.
And then when you're in, it's going to be Shovelton to Fat Chin.
Yep. It's just
Love it.
ridiculous. It's a pain in the ass.
Did Scripps change his name
I think he
to
is.
Shovelton?
I think he
Oh,
is.
man.
I believe he is. But yeah, dude, a lot of shovel chins going on there. But Haas, for your sake, hopefully you don't have to call a game where it says shovel chin. But no.
I'll just say Shovelton. Yeah, you guys get the idea.
Yeah. That guy to that guy to that guy,
Yep.
goal, that guy.
All right, moving on. Now we're going to go to Lucky Sevens and back to basics. Lucky Sevens are going to sweep back to basics 4-2, 5-3, and 4-0. So 3 shutouts on the night, right? 3 shutouts on the night. 1 by Lucky Sevens, 1 Murder Muppets, and 1 by Elite. I'm actually kind of shocked, to be honest, that back to basics did not take at least 1 game out of the series.
Well, I'm not shocked at all that Lucky Sevens took this series, because looking at the team on paper, really good team. Bar showed up. You've seen some clips that Bar posted. Fantastic, and it just shows that Lucky Sevens aren't messing around.
All right, let's head on over to Wednesday night. Wednesday night, we got the Dex and Chaos. The Dex are going to win the series 2-1 with a 6-2 win, game 1 win, a 4-3 overtime win, and a Chaos winning game number 3 5-3. Boys came out. They got 2 wins. The first one pretty commanding, and then the second one they squeaked it out in overtime. I do believe Chaos was down in that game and came back and tied it, and then we won in overtime. But yeah, nonetheless, the boys got it done. Fatal, you were playing, so you probably didn't even see any of it.
Yeah, no. So you tell me about this, but for me, looking at this, yeah, dude, I am from night one to night two, seeing chaos yet again, losing more games than winning. That could be a cause for concern for Gingertron and company.
All right, let's move on over to the Raiders and friend tip. The Raiders are going to win the series 2-1, winning game number 1 3-2 in overtime, losing game number 2 3-1, and then winning by a 5-goal margin here, 6-1. So it looks like friend tip let the game get away from them there in game number 3.
Yeah, Rink Rivals Raiders looking pretty good right now, but still, already you got to look at this. So if I'm Morpheus, the game count starts now for your part-time players, right? So now
Right.
you got to look at it. Typing's already he's part-time, already used up 6 games, only can play half the season. So how long do you go until you try and address that situation?
I agree. Now we're going to move over to high glass hockey and too many men. High glass hockey win the series 2-1, winning game number 1 5-3, game number 2 3-2, and too many men in overtime, winning 5-4 in game number 3. I think these games little closer than what they looked, but again, I wasn't fully paying attention to that game because we did have a featured game um, that we will get to here in a second. But high glass hockey taking 2 of 3 from too many men. Not a great start, like we said, for Huge and the group.
So if you're huge right now, Haas, are you I know it's early in the season. It's only the first week, but
Well,
is there something
I'm
to
not.
address?
I'm not trading everybody away yet, right? And I'm not even trading one guy. I'm going to give it another week to see what happens. But I definitely think they could have beat high glass hockey, at least 2 of the 3. But well, I mean, we'll see, man. I mean, and again, high glass hockey still got a point out of that last game, so that's a win for high glass hockey. Winning, getting what 5 of 6.
Yep.
So too many men need to figure it out, and they need to figure it out quick because again, these seasons don't last overly long. I believe it is 8 weeks this time, but 1 week can ruin your season. So it is early, but they have time to turn it around, luckily. But let's move on now to the featured matchup, which was Evil Nature and Just Gonna Send It. Evil Nature winning game 1 4-3. Just Gonna Send It winning game 2 and 3. Game 2 by a score of 8-3 and 9-4 for game 3. These games were not even close. The score in the first game, Just Gonna Send It was turning it on the second half of the game, and Evil Nature just barely held on to that win. And actually, the first goal of the game was a highlight that I hope got into the Discord somewhere. I believe it was Pennywise slapped it down from center ice. It hit off the corner board and went in off of Warthog.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough if you're a goalie.
So when your series starts like that, that could really kill your series. But he bounced back and he didn't do too bad after game 1. So, but this Evil Nature should have been swept. To be honest, they were outplayed heavily in that series, and it wasn't even close. So, yeah. Do you have any comment on that, or?
I still have to say, that question mark for me for Evil Nature, man, is Hatchet going in the first. And
Yeah.
also, like I say, there's a question mark over there. It doesn't look like a question mark now, but it will be down the road. 3 part-time goalies, right? So
Yeah. It's not a situation you want to be in. But now we're going to move on to Murder Muppets and Shoresy Snipers. Murder Muppets getting the sweep. 5-3, 3-2 in overtime, and 2-1. I don't think it was as close as it looks on the score sheet, but Murder Muppets played very well. I think Shorzy Snipers could have snuck out that overtime game. And actually, that overtime game, Murder Muppets were losing 2-0 with a minute left in the period, in the third period, and they tied the game.
And it was triple OT, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was
right?
triple overtime. Yep. They tied the game with 2 goals in under a minute in the third period. So Shorzy Snipers, they lost that game by them. They lost it themselves
It's rough.
by allowing 2 goals in the last minute of the game. So they should have won that game, and they're very, very easily could have won the second game or the third game too. They only lost 2-1. So, you get another bounce and things happen and you never know. But Shorzy Snipers do get a point out of the series, but they do get swept. So it is what it is. But now let's move on to the association and back to basics. Back to basics going to win the series 2-1, winning game 1 4-3 in overtime. Game number 2 5-2, and then the association winning 6-5 in overtime. So a high scoring series and 2 overtimes. So back to them. The association gets 3 points there, but
Wild, man.
it's good to see back to basics get on the board with a win there. Couple wins. Fade, I'll let you talk about this one.
Yeah, so it was the Voodoo Child going up against my No Regret Skis team. Yeah, game 1, we got our shit pushed in, 12-3. Those boys just absolutely from start right to finish, took us apart limb by limb. It was just disgusting. Then we head on over to game 2. We adjusted from what the shit we were being pushed in by. We did really well there. We won that one by a score 2-1. Wolfmaster stood on his head, and in game 3, the shit just got pushed in yet again.
So you found it for a game and then lost it.
So the shit got pushed in, then we shit out the shit, then it shit got pushed right back in. So it definitely was not a phenomenal night. It was a shitty night, say the least. But the vibes were good. We as a team, we collectively let down Wolfmaster because Wolfmaster stood on his head in all 3 of those games. But yeah, dude, Voodoo Child, really good team here, dude.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say other than I was like, wait, really? Did I just see 12 goals again?
Yeah, and you thought I was goalie, so
Yeah, I did. I thought you were getting shit on pretty hard, to be honest. And I was going to really give you the shit about it. But it's okay.
Something? If you go back and watch that game, you can probably head back on over, if I'm not mistaken, over to our Chell Zone and check that out. But
there's replays on there?
Wolfmaster, what a freaking tank, dude.
Yeah. Wolfmaster's always been a good, solid goalie, so that doesn't surprise me. And it looks like it was defense optional from there. But anyway, moving on to Lucky Sevens and Reservoir Dogs. Lucky Sevens winning the series 2-1, winning game 1 5-3, losing game 2 5-1. Reservoir Dogs winning game 2 5-1, and Lucky Sevens winning 5-2 in game number 3. Reservoir Dogs getting a win, but Lucky Sevens just powering along, man.
Like I said, dude, this Lucky 7 teams looks so sick on paper, but Reservoir Dogs making their season debut here, right? Because they didn't play night 1 due to a reschedule, but they took one from Lucky Sevens. That's a big plus in my eyes.
Yeah. All right, Fatal. I think it's your favorite time of the week.
Almost.
Well, one of your favorite things.
One of my favorite things. It's what everybody usually comes on here for.
Yep.
It's none other than Season 4 Player of the Week. Are you ready, Haas?
I'm ready, man. Week 1. Who gets the honor of Week 1 Player of the Week? Players of the Week.
So here you guys have it. You got on forward from Just Gonna Send It. You got Zoob with 14 goals, 10 assists with 41 shots, 1 game-winning goal with 1 penalty drawn. And then on defense, you got the Rink Rivals Raiders manager, Warfuse, with 5 assists, 3 shots, 18 hits, a +4 rating with 17 interception, and in goalie, none other than the 6-0 superstar, 78 saves, 11 goals against with an .866 save percentage with a 1.69 goals against average. Congratulations to these 3 studs of week 1 capturing the players of the week.
Unreal. Good to see Warfuse on there. Zoob, no surprise there. Superstar is always a beast in that.
Absolutely. So hats off to those gentlemen as they're going to have to go into next week to try and defend this title, right? Trying to capture
That's
those
right.
again. But Haas, we're going to get on over to one of your favorite parts of Rinkside.
Oh, hell yeah. It is the www.shop.rinkrivals.com. Get all your merchandise right now so you can look as good as we do in our merch. And we know that you love it. So head on over to www.shop.rinkrivals.com to get all of your merchandise. There's Rinkside stuff there. There's McNasty stuff there. We got all sorts of good stuff over at the shop.
You name it,
And
we got
this
it.
hat. It's a great hat.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So with that being said, Haas, let's go to the best segment of Rinkside, in my opinion. The absolute best segment. I want to know if you're ready, Haas, because I know
not.
I'm ready.
I'm never ready. I'm never ready. I'm never ready.
But this is gonna be the Fat Al joke of the day, and we're gonna
Hey, Fatal, wait a second.
And there it is. There's the golden finger.
That's what I have to say to your joke. You got it?
I got it. I'll put that between my ears.
All right.
But alrighty, guys. Fat Al joke of the day. Why do ducks have feathers? Why do ducks have feathers? Let's see if the chat gets it. Why do ducks have feathers? I know my Haas boy knows this one.
Well, yeah, I know it. Let's see if anyone in chat can get it. There's 36 of you in here. I expect somebody to try to give us an answer. Come on now, guys. Be interactive. Have fun.
So why do ducks have feathers? Believe it or not, Ducky should know this. The heroic duck should know this.
There's a lot of ducks around here.
No, absolutely not. But anyways, so why do ducks have feathers? All right, Haas. They have feathers to cover their butt quacks. There's your Fat Al.
By the way, Bar Down got it.
Did he? Did he get it?
He literally said it. Google told him. Son of a bitch,
Yeah,
Bar.
that doesn't count. That doesn't count, Bar. Go back to
That's
making
for
your
you.
bangers.
Bar, that's for you. That's for you, Bar.
But no, that was great.
Son
That
of
was
a
great.
gun.
Love it. But no, man, I'm gonna hand this on over to you, Haas.
All right, guys. We've come to the end of the season 4, week 1 Rinkside with Fatal and Haas. Please go check out Mr. Scribbles McNasty on the McNasty's podcast. It is on Spotify, so make sure you follow that and please listen every week. He puts out great content. It's a great show, and we will see you guys Tuesday night for more Rink Rivals action. Thank you, Fatal. You guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you Tuesday.